Hey,
Dude, I'm doing phenomenal. I got up, went to work, got that out of the way, boom. Made a little extra money, and now we're going live on the show like we should have been doing a long time ago, man. Hey, doing earlier this morning, bro?
you did one earlier this morning?
Earlier this morning, yeah, I made the most restricted man on YouTube, and
Oh, yeah.
that's because I've realized now, ever since I refuse to listen to all the guys over the last 2, 3, 4 nights that have come in the room and said, yeah, you need to get rid of Bucksview and all that shit. You know what I realized? These motherfuckers are living for each other. They ain't even themselves, man.
Well,
Huh?
I actually did a little bit of research myself,
Oh, yeah?
and yeah, I mean, I went to I checked him out, and a couple of the videos he liked, um, he did put a couple of hateful comments
Oh,
that didn't see before.
you know, I know, but here's what I keep saying. This is what I don't get. I was thinking about this over and over, and here's exactly what I'm talking about. The very first show that we all did together, me, you, iKids, and everything, if you go rewatch it, man, before anyone else came on, Malik X was the first person to come in, dude, right? Came in, and he's the one
Hmm.
who introduced me and invited Bucksview to the show. Now, the very next night, and if you go listen to that first show, I don't know if you re-listened. I went and re-listened in the very beginning. I forgot about this. Malik X and motherfucking Bucksview were right on the same page talking about fucking, wrestling Jesus and all the 9-year-old boy page and all that shit. And basically, bro, here's what I'm saying. The whole show, that's how it was. And the very next day, just like how they were coming in telling me to get rid of Bucksview and all this, I realized Malik X quit coming, so I go try and message him, and then I looked and it said, I am now restricted from following him because they got in his ear, and now he is a controlled ball puppet. You see what I'm saying? He
All
has
right,
to
cool.
do.
So they, in a sense, they made Malik block you.
Yeah, he's got me restricted, and then Dark Horse. I don't know if Dark Horse did, but Dark Horse, when he came in and he left, because then someone told me later he's an atheist, and I noticed every time I said Jesus, he would run away, like instantly run away. Uh, Anywho, dude, yeah, he ended up. I saw some of the other people that were like, they say you may also know this person, and you can go add him or follow him or whatever. And I saw I had like 2, 3 other people. I had me on restricted, probably. Oh, the one dude that came in that was muted and he couldn't talk on the show, and he said he thinks I muted him, even though I didn't mute him. I didn't even know who. Why would I mute him? That's stupid to bring someone in your room and mute him, I feel.
I agree. I think that's stupid.
But that's
But
my whole thing. All of them defend wrestling Jesus, the blasphemous atheist talks now, their all common enemy is this guy who used a few harsh words that I'm sure every one of them have used the words before that they're all mad at about.
oh no, yeah, like I said, I had to take a look for myself, and let me just say one. He, the way I see it, I don't hate racist people. They got the right to be racist. I don't hate them because that would make me a racist for hating their race. So I don't got nothing against them as long as they don't put their hands on me. That's when I.
Right. That's how I look at it. I mean, anyone can judge anyone and everyone, The bottom line is I'm so glad I'm not like the people on here, and that's why I made this. I was watching. I know how you feel about Mr. Corbeil and all them, but hey, I was watching this Can-Am show, and they did send a message out to us. They didn't say us by name, but they said to the up-and-coming, new YouTubers out there, and he gave us some advice, basically be careful what you say and stuff like that, trying to kind of tell us, hey, man, whatever. The bottom line is he says show respect to your veterans. So that gave me a great idea, dude. I'm going to entitle this, Honorary YWC Veterans Day. How much bigger and better does it get? This is where we are going to promote, whether it be Big Ray, Andre Corbeil, Fool Killer 99, or Lame Ass Swag Daddy. We're going to show whether we love them or hate them. We're going to give them a day of respect because they paved the way for where Dawg and TNA King of the Mountain are headed, brother. Now, what do you got to say about that, Mr. TNA?
Can you repeat the question again, brother?
All right, the question is, actually the statement is, we're giving an honorary Veterans Day to all those who have paved the way, whether we love them, whether we hate them, like how I don't like Swag Daddy of OTRSC, and you don't really like Andre Corbeil. But I feel like we're going to put that all aside for this one moment only, for paving the road to get the Dawgs and the TNA King of the Mountains right up there, Jack, because now we're coming in. We're the up, young, coming, hungry, mother-sucking lions, and we're ready to roar. Woo!
Got that right.
So,
any plans for today, brother?
Dude, nah, I got work out of the way. The only plan I got is I'm filtering out that pool again. Last night after the show, dude, I was so wasted, but I jumped in that thing and I floated around for a while, and then I ended up passing out super early. I drank a lot of beer really fast yesterday, bro. We did 3.5 hours, I think, on that show.
Yeah, I saw part of the show at work.
Nice, nice. Yeah, we were live, bro. We were doing that for a while.
Yeah, I heard a statement that said about NXT, and that's just crap, brother.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. You said how they're light heavy or whatever, like a light version of ROH, basically.
Well, basically they are.
That is true. I mean, ROH, dude, I'll give it up for their wrestling. It's phenomenal.
They got some great athletes over there, man.
Dude, they truly do. I mean, ROH, I've seen it. I watched it. I used to watch it, not all the time, but hey, after work, I'd see it on Saturday nights. I'd watch that shit, but you know what? When I heard lame-ass Swag Daddy of the OTRS Central claiming how they're going to take over and get TNA out of there, I say, fuck that shit. I ain't DVRing it. I ain't watching it. And, you know, hey, but out of honor and respect to the veterans out there that do support it, you today get a pass. Only today. By the way, they're all welcome here, man. I've told them. I sent Andre Corbeil a message. He's always telling me it's too late. Well, is it too late now?
Did he end up blocking you, or is he cool with you?
No, I think he was just mad because he was in that group thing where we all were typing in, and I don't know, I guess it woke him up a second time, and that's when he was there, man. By that point, I was so wasted, dude. Like, I forgot all about waking him up the first time because I was at the very beginning of the show. And to be honest with you, I didn't know it literally rang, you know?
Yeah, he should understand. It's all cool, brother.
Well, my theory is, you know, like, oh, yeah, I did ask this, and you said it might be his phone that would ring. That's what it was, if it was phone. Because I'm on my laptop, and that's it. I ain't even got a cell phone, bro. So when I shut this thing down, boom, it's over. There's no communicating with me on it until I get back on. So that's what I was thinking was I didn't know I'd wake him up like that. But, hey, apologies for that, Mr. Corbeil. And, hey, if you guys haven't seen the Can-Am Wrestling Show, I know TNA King of the Mountain, you don't really like Corbeil. But, hey, the Can-Am Wrestling Show, NF Punk, welcome in. Oh, and he just took off, but he will be back. I was just going to tell him, Can-Am Show, we got a motherfucking mention, dude, at the beginning of the show, and I like it. I like it.
Me, you know, I don't have nothing against them. I just dislike them a lot, man. I wouldn't say hate them, because like you said, hate is a strong word. I just dislike them. I don't like fake people. I don't associate with fake people. And he came off like that, man.
Yeah, and that's understandable, especially, I will admit, I would see him reviewing WWE, and hey, I hate WWE no matter what, but I'd hear him say things that were, well, now, to be honest, I mean, I'd hear him say good things about it, but I'd hear him say some bad shit too, like straight up, like, yo, hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, Peter Griffin is in the motherfucking house. Yes.
Right, thanks.
Dude, that had to be the funniest motherfucking segment ever. Dude, I didn't know we went through, what, 3.5 motherfucking hours? I was so motherfucking wasted. Holy crap. But you know what? That Peter Griffin and every fucking voice you did, holy shit. That was the funniest shit I've seen and heard. And you know what? You gotta admit, this guy can do an imitation like no other. He sounds like when he goes, hey, with the Peter Griffin thing, man.
Hey, brother, how we doing?
How you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm good, thanks.
Bro, check it out. I watched the Can-Am Wrestling show the other day. Don't know if you saw it, but we got to mention at the beginning of the show. Us, the people doing this show right here, right now. He didn't name us, but he did talk about us. And guess what? He wanted respect for the veterans, so here at Luke Dawg's Drunken Channel, no BS, no bullshit, we're going to have an honorary day for the YWC veterans, the Andre Corbeils, the OTRSC Schwag Daddies. I'm talking about every one of the people that paved the way for Luke Dawg to come in and drive his car on that road they paved. And I'm going to show respect right now by saying thank you. We're having a day dedicated towards you guys. You know who you are. And I did invite Andre Corbeil. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I can honestly say I'm a YWC veteran myself. Been
You
here
are a
3
veteran.
years.
So we're showing respect to you on this glorious Veterans Day of the YWC holiday that Luke Dawg started first.
Yeah. Well, I can't believe I've been here 3 years. Been a long time. You know, I remember when I first started, people didn't know me, but eventually they knew me within a year.
Oh,
And
they're gonna know. They're gonna know worldwide.
What do you put out?
well, I used to put out a lot of wrestling videos. I remember I was big into professional wrestling. It was my passion, my drive. That's what I was good at. You know, I had to pick something I was good at, and professional wrestling was that because I had a lot to say about it. At the time, the product was shit. It was boring. It was any word you can use to describe boring in my dictionary. So I decided, okay, I'm going to come on here, see what I've got. I came out. I remember doing my first video. It was on a webcam, and I was so fucking nervous. I didn't know what to say, because like I was broadcasting this to like people all over the world. You know, United States, South America, Europe, Asia. You know, every continent you could name. And it all started from there. The rest is history. That's how my debut went. Yeah, I debuted on August 5th, 2012.
So 3 years now? Almost 3 years?
Yeah, almost 3 years, yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah. 3 long years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you still remember your first video?
I do, yes. I remember it. I was on a webcam. It was bad quality, wasn't great, but at the same time, I was nervous as fuck just to get on, you know, on a camera, record myself about who I was, what I was going to intentionally do, and it just started from there. And I got like maybe 10 viewers at the time watching because I mentioned professional wrestling, and a lot of people are into wrestling. So that's what I focused in on, my strengths, which was wrestling, because I had such in-depth knowledge, in-depth analysis of, you know, reviews that I did, and, you know, pay-per-views that I reviewed, and that's how I started off. I remember being small, being a guy that was on the rise, and I think one of my best videos I did was, I remember when Ryback was getting pushed, and he botched against Paul Heyman in a house show. I remember I got so much hate for that. It was so fucking funny. I even put the clip into the description, but WWE removed it because they didn't want Ryback to look bad. So I got a lot of hate for it, and people were calling me names and shit. I was like, fuck you, fuck the trolls, fuck these fake Ryback like fans who are just bitching and moaning. Next thing you know, do a video the next day, and I'm like, fuck you Ryback fans, fuck you. So I don't give a fuck what they think. You know, that's what I was like when I was Slyfox 316. I didn't care if you like somebody, if you know, had an opinion about somebody. I would just say, you know, F you to some guys, and then some guys I praised because they were great. They were great people.
So I
Remember
just
when he couldn't lift up Tensai?
Yeah, I remember that.
That shit was awful.
Yeah, I remember he couldn't lift up Tensai. I was like, oh god, this guy. Seriously, why would you push him? I don't understand, you know? I understand now he is Intercontinental Champion, but at the moment he has a staph infection. It was recently reported that he had a staph infection, so he may have to pull out. But then I heard that he has to do the actual match at Battleground Sunday. And like, this guy just has an infection, he had to take antibodies and shit, and you expect him to wrestle. Like, this is the problem. You know, that
Hey, but in a sense, I mean, he's getting what he talked, right, about Punk.
yeah, I heard what he said about Punk. You know, obviously I remember the Colt Cabana podcast with CM Punk, and like, I remember CM Punk saying that he was giving out shit to him, you know, when he did all those botches to him, like through the table as well, and he was giving him shit. And even Ryback admitted that, you know, he was doing a lot of shit. You know, he said, I fucked up, I'm sorry, I'm a dumbass, etc. And, you know, that's how it all started, really. And,
Well, I got a question for you. Do you remember the guy that you used to watch before you did that first video? Who or what, when, where, how did it all go down for you?
who was I watching before?
Yeah, like YouTube reviewers or anything like that? Did you watch other people and be like, man, that looks cool? You know?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. The first person I ever watched was OTRS. They were the first guys I watched, and then
Me
obviously I
too.
watched the Wrestling Jesus. These guys were giving their opinions. I agreed with some things they had to say, and I was like, geez, I could do what they're doing because I have things that I want to say about the wrestling business and the state it was in at the time, and you know, I had a lot to say. And when I started making videos, I saw that people will actually listen to you. If it's a legit opinion, if you're being legit and you're true to who you are, you're telling the truth, you're not bullshitting around just saying, oh, I love this guy, and you're nodding your head like this, you know. I just said, fuck it, I'm just going to, you know, go full steam ahead. I am just going to let the wrestling world know what I think about wrestling nowadays.
And to me, that's what we need more of in this world. You know why? Because they are dwindling and dwindling away, and they're becoming a lot of haters as we see. And that's why we like your videos here, because you're tried, tested, and true, always fair, and always true.
That's very true. But of course, you know, I could even do an episode nowadays of why I don't watch professional wrestling, why I don't watch it as much. Like, you'd only see me on pay-per-views, like watching pay-per-views. That's about it. And you
Well,
know,
what do we got to do to get that luster back? That magic, that thing, that it factor, if you will.
uh, if you, it'd be very hard to bring back my it factor. Trying to get
Stone
me
Cold
back.
Steve Austin takes over TNA, runs the company, and the first thing he does is bring in CM Punk. Are you back?
If something crazy like that happened, you know, something crazy like, you
Oh,
know,
wait a minute. The Rock, he was also trying to buy the company, so now it's The Rock versus Stone Cold to see at Bound for Glory who's the new owner of the motherfucking company. What? What? Come on, let me book this stuff. It's easy.
Yeah, booking nowadays is shit. Like, for God's sake, it's like a 2-year-old just started booking this crap. For God's sake. You know, they're just terrible bookers. They don't know how to book shit nowadays. And that's why a lot of people who are world champion nowadays suck. That's why, people are constantly complaining, constantly giving it shit that, they just don't have it. And when they do, they actually do have it. Like some of the current roster I look at, and there's potential there to be great legends. But it's just that WWE is too fucking lazy, too fucking drunk to even care.
Did you see Eric Young invade Global Force Wrestling though? And you know what? Don Tony's claiming they only get 100 some odd people. Hey, it looked like a lot more people were in the audience on this one. Now, I ain't saying it was packed or anything, but I'm saying it looked like they doubled or tripled already that audience of 100 something they were saying.
Yeah, I understand global force wrestling is on the rise at the moment. I've heard of it, and I know that they shouldn't compete with WWE. Rather than that, try and compete with TNA. Try and compete with someone smaller. Have a little healthy competition rather than have this kind of unbalanced competition. If you're going straight for, you're going after, the big WWE. Their big headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. Don't go for it. Just go for TNA versus Global Force Wrestling, or ROH versus Global Force Wrestling, whatever way you want to see it, because then they can grow and develop as a company, rather than just going after the big boys known as WWE.
Did
So
you
what do you
see
think
him?
that happened with the invasion of TNA? Do you agree with it or against it?
If they did have an invasion angle of Global Force Wrestling and TNA, I'd be all for it, because then they'd be kind of cross-promoting with each other. There'd be sort of a merger of Global Force Wrestling and TNA, like with NWA and TNA back in 2002 when they were beginning their company. Yes, do a merger. If a merger was done, if it was formed, clicked like this, yes, I would love to see it, and I would love to see what they would do with the invasion angle. And with invasion angles, you have to make them work. It has to be solid, no slip-ups and no kind of mistakes done with it. That's what made the WCW, ECW, and WWF invasion look good, because they did everything right, And it was a great invasion angle. I love that. But
And a little known fact, Vince Russo, Patterson, and Vince McMahon, according to what I heard, were pretty much the only three writers, not a shit ton of suits and ties from, soap operas that they got now.
yeah, nowadays WWE is a big soap opera shit.
Yeah.
It's like full of soap opera garbage that I'm not interested in. I mean, if I see that, I just change the channel, watch something else. I'd rather watch UFC than watch WWE nowadays. You know why? Because it's just not good enough. And seriously, I've been a fan of that company for 18 years. Yes, 18 long years, since January of 1997 when I watched my first Monday Night Raw. And I remember it so well. It was fucking awesome. I remember a friend of mine introduced me to wrestling. I was like, wrestling? What's that? And he showed me Monday Night Raw. And it was fucking awesome. I was just like this, kind of shocked face on me. And it was fucking awesome. I loved wrestling then. Wrestling grew on me as a child, into my teenage years, even into my adult years right now. And it was something I was so passionate about. I love the business. But as time goes on, your loyalty is going to be tested. And it's being tested right now. I'm at
Well,
this
is it
point.
fair to say TNA might have kept a lot of the WWE fans around longer than they would have, because at least they get their satisfaction professional wrestling-wise through TNA, and then suffering 3 hours of crap every Monday night isn't as bad?
Well, I would say that, TNA, I've watched TNA before, and, at least they're called professional wrestlers. They're called professional wrestlers. Okay, that's what you are in the business. You're not a sports entertainer. For fuck's sake, I have gone over this ongoing lecture between professional wrestling and sports entertainment. They're both the same. They're not different. Vince McMahon said in that Austin podcast, they're two completely different areas of business. No, they're the fucking same, you idiot. You moron, you 69-year-old piece of shit. Like, he's a 69-year-old senile old man. He's lost perspective of the business. He has lost perspective of what you want, what TNA King of the Mountain wants, what I want. They don't. He doesn't give a shit. Seriously, he could care less if you left an opinion in his mailbox, or if you left a letter in his letterbox. He reads it. He'll probably just chuck it into his dog's dog food, mix it all up, and say, "Well, at least I was listening, but you're fired because I don't want to listen to you." You know, it's like that. You know, he doesn't give a shit, and it's like he won't step down. He's so stubborn. I've never met someone so stubborn that he won't hand over the business to somebody else, like his son. Like his son. He won't give it to Shane McMahon. He won't let him run things. I understand. Yeah, I understand. Like Triple H runs NXT, and he's doing a good job there. I will give him that. He's doing a good job because he got NXT very healthy ratings. They were doing better than Monday Night Raw, if you would believe it. Believe it or not, they did better than Monday Night Raw, which tells you something, that at least in NXT they want to wrestle, for fuck's sake. Whereas when you go to WWE PG land, you're a circus clown. Let's face facts, you're a circus clown.
Well, Tyrus knows that firsthand. Or wait, you guys called him what'd you call him? The Bronchosaurus? Funkosaurus?
Yeah, Bronchosaurus, that's the one. That was just a debacle. Like, to see a monster of a man dancing to children's shit, I wanted to gouge my eyes out. I was like, what have you done to professional wrestling? Is this how I want to remember it when I'm an old man, sitting in a rocking chair, you know, before I pass to the next life? Is this how I want to remember wrestling? No. I would want to remember it as professional wrestling, not sports entertainment shoved into it, where nowadays wrestling's a dirty word. It's like a perverted word. It's the forbidden word in WWE. You're not a wrestler. You're an entertainer. You're a performer, a circus clown. No, you're not. Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm getting word. I'm getting word. Breaking news, guys. Andre Corbeil is coming in and out checking on us to see if we're really having an honorary YWC Veterans Day, if we're really just doing my regular spew that I do. So, let's surprise him. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to tell you who the best three, yes, the best three reviewers today in the YWC IWC, and I would like to hear from TNA King of the Mountain. Then we're going to switch it right on over. We're just going to boom, 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 rapid fire three out. You can do it all at once. We don't have to spew it out in spare time.
How about you say your first three?
Okay. I think the top three that paved the way for the YWC, whether we like them or not, it's up to you. Sean's View Entertainment, whether you like him or not, he paved the way. Wrestling Jesus, another guy, paved the way. And number three, I would say, is OTRS. These are the three guys that paved the way for Andre Corbeil, for myself, for Luke, for even you, for everybody else that wanted to be a part of the YWC, you know, as far back as, you know, even when some people actually started, like Truth Slayer, Monoxide, so many others. But these three really pushed, you know, wrestling talk to the next level. It's a no-brainer. What's your top three there, TNA King of the Mountain?
I'll put, I don't like him. I dislike him a lot. Sean's View.
Okay.
I'll give him credit. Second one, I don't know who I would put second. On third, I would put Andre.
Yeah, Andre. He's a good talker. Talks a good game.
Before I get into it, look, Dawg, your top three?
He's there. Yeah.
Three. my only thing against Andre, it was from the past that misleading titles. Um, for me he came off across as fake. That was the only problem with him. His content, yeah, it could be good. I just not him, not him. But yeah, what he puts out, it's good. I just dislike Andre the person, man. If you could understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, understandable. So, Luke, would you like to name your top 3 guys? His mic is muted. I don't know if he's having mic trouble or not, but let's hope he's not. Is your mic fixed, Luke? I think he might be having trouble with his mic. I think he is.
I'm gonna be letting you guys go. I'm headed to work.
Okay.
I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Yeah. See you, man.
All right. Have a good one.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's just you and me, Luke. So, you want to ask anything else? Would you like to ask me any questions? No, can't hear you. Can't hear you, dude. Sorry. I don't know what's up with your mic. I'm running the show. Okay. That's cool. I suppose while I'm here, I suppose I could talk about what I'm doing now. What am I doing now as the Shadow Man? What is, the former YWC guy doing? What am I doing exactly? Well, I can tell you what I'm doing. I do podcasts. I've done about 12 episodes. I've done some live hangouts with Nigel, NF Punk. You know him, Luke. I'm trying to get Cabal Entertainment on next, hopefully Monday. If I can't, I'll try and get someone else on the show. I'm really trying to look for anybody. Anybody can come on my show. Anybody can come on. We can talk about random stuff. Anything. I like to make my guests feel comfortable, like I did with Nigel. I like to make people feel comfortable on my show. That's what it's all about. If you're comfortable on my show, you're cool. You're a cool cat, and you are most... Is Luke Dawg allowed? Yeah, I would be more than happy to welcome you along, but I do have a few rules. I know. No, you would have to be sober. I'm sorry. You have to come on sober. That's just the way it goes. Yeah, you have to be sober on my show. I can't have any stuff like that. Yeah, that's cool. Now, as it goes for like bad language, profanity, if you want to swear on my show, that's okay. Go ahead. If you feel you need to swear, swear. Yeah. If you want to swear on it, go right ahead. I let Nigel have, let him swear, let him say his piece on anything that I was talking about. And yeah, and stay tuned. Every Tuesday I do podcasts, so if you want to have a listen to them, every Tuesday evening, please feel free to do so. And if you have anything you want me to discuss, leave it on my Facebook page or Twitter, or you can leave it down in my comment section below. It's that simple. I always keep telling my subscribers, leave me something to talk about. It's nice that I get to talk about what I like to talk about, but I'd like to hear what you want me to talk about. Like what exactly do you want me to talk about? Do you have anything that you think is interesting enough for me to speak out against? Whether it be world news, whether it be entertainment news, sport news, something that I can relate to, then I'd be more than happy to listen to your voice. Your voice is just as important as mine. That's the thing about the Shadow Man. That's what I do. Is I listen to people like Luke. I will listen to people like Cabal Entertainment, Prodigal Champ, anybody. You want to say your stuff? Say it. Go right ahead. You leave it down. I will do it for you. It's that simple, you know. And so far, I've really enjoyed podcasting. I've really enjoyed it, you know, especially going live and been to live hangouts as well, like Luke. Luke's invited me, and also Cabal's invited me. Danielson, Dark Horse. Hope he's watching because he's a great guy. I've been in many hangouts, and they're so enjoyable. I never knew how enjoyable Google Hangouts could be. I thought, you know, they were a bit skeptical, but, you know, you never know unless you try. You have to try things, and I love Hangouts now. I'm just mad about them, and I'm mad to get people